Mosab Hassan Yousef, also known as the Green Prince, was born on May 5, 1978, in Ramallah, West Bank, as the eldest son of Sheikh Hassan Yousef, a co-founder of Hamas. Raised in a devout Muslim household deeply embedded in the Palestinian resistance movement, he was groomed from childhood to follow in his father's footsteps as a leader within Hamas. As a young boy, he embraced the ideology of armed struggle, first being arrested at age 10 during the First Intifada for throwing rocks at Israeli settlers, and later imprisoned multiple times for his involvement with Hamas activities. Seen as his father's heir apparent, he became an integral part of the organization's inner circle, operating amid the daily violence and tensions of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. His worldview began to shift dramatically during a stint in Israel's Megiddo prison in the mid-1990s. There, he witnessed Hamas inmates brutally torturing and killing fellow prisoners accused of being Israeli collaborators, many of whom he believed were innocent. The screams of victims and the hypocrisy he observed, as Hamas claimed to fight for justice while inflicting cruelty on its own people, shattered his faith in the movement. Around this time, he was approached by Israel's internal security service, Shin Bet, which offered him a deal to become an informant in exchange for his release. Initially, Yousef agreed with the intention of betraying Shin Bet to protect his father and Hamas, but as he gained insight into the group's terrorist tactics, including the use of suicide bombers and the exploitation of civilians as human shields, his allegiance changed. Over the next decade, he became Shin Bet's most valuable source within Hamas leadership, providing intelligence that prevented dozens of suicide attacks, exposed militant cells, and led to the arrest of key figures like Ibrahim Hamid and Marwan Barghouti. Notably, he also helped detain his own father in 2005, believing it would save him from being targeted by rival factions or Israeli forces. Yousef's spiritual journey toward Christianity began in 1999 after a chance encounter with British tourists who gave him a Bible. Intrigued, he spent years studying its teachings in secret, particularly resonating with the Gospel of John and the message of unconditional love and forgiveness. He later described how reading about Jesus alive transformed his understanding of faith, leading him to reject Islam and embrace Christianity, a decision that would cost him his family, community, and homeland. In 2007, fearing for his life after his cover was at risk of being exposed, he fled to the United States, where he faced years of legal battles to secure political asylum. His request was finally granted in 2010, following the publication of his best-selling autobiography, Son of Hamas, which detailed his journey from militant to spy to believer. Since then, he has become a prominent advocate for peace, religious freedom, and non-violence, speaking globally about his experiences and arguing that the Christian mandate to love your enemies offers a path to reconciliation in the Middle East. He has also written follow-up books like From Hamas to America and inspired the award-winning documentary The Green Prince. As of 2023, he is a U.S. citizen residing in California, continuing to work as a speaker and author dedicated to bridging divides between communities. While some view him as a traitor to the Palestinian cause, others hail him as a courageous voice for truth and peace.